Hello and welcome back to the channel. So we're sort of coming to an end of the tutorial series and I'm just going to leave it on a playlist on YouTube for people to find, but you know, as more like techniques and stuff come out, I will be updating, especially with the next GTA coming out as well. Well, the GTA Online anyway. So what this video is about is just like small little driving techniques you can work on and practice on with each track that I may have missed in some videos, and going back over and kind of giving a brief, like, better explanation over some things as well. I'm also going to be leaving a quick card at the top of this video so you can find the other tutorial videos as well if you haven't seen those already. Well, I'm going to go straight into the video now. Well, hope you guys enjoy. So I've already done a video on this, but I'll link that in a card at the top coming in a second. So this is the stock brake, the stock braking technique, which was invented by DCRK2. Well, more so discovered. So basically, you can do this technique with all the brakes, but the sweet spot that you actually get the more boost from in the stock braking technique is just a lot smaller. So when you use the higher performance brakes, that like the gap of getting that sweet spot where the brakes are like still rolling but you're still gaining curves is much more minimized. So this is why we use the stock brakes instead, because you can regen a lot more curves and you have a lot more leeway over it, and also you don't lock the tires as much. So I'm going to move over into the next part of the video now, which is going to be looking over, you know, small minimal adjustments when you're driving. So in GTA, when you've reached the top speed, mainly you have to keep in a straight line, but there's this like 5-10% where you can move to the left or to the right and you still maintain that top speed and are gaining still as if you were in a straight line. So when you're like coming up to corners and stuff in a track, get into the habit of just making these small minimal adjustments before you turn in, because when you make these like hard heavy adjustments like left and right, you just kill all your top speed. But you know, as you can see there, moved hard. What you want to do is, if you race in first person, is with the rev limiter, you always want to be keeping it on the 2 yellow lights. If it dips below that when you're turning, it's fine if you're on like a high downforce track, but if you're on a low downforce track, you want to always be trying to keep those 2 yellow lights on to you know, be getting the fastest times. So this trick is used when you're going into a low speed hairpin like this. So you want to try and get the car as much and close over those curbs there, and when you go over the wooden line, it gives you a tiny bit of a boost and it can correct you around. But if you oversteer during this, you know, it's not recommended, because you always want to be keeping the car in a straight line as much as possible. You know, this game and racing it, when you're going corner to corner, you're trying to keep in a straight line as much as possible. So I'm just going to be looking over the settings, and first going to be looking over the camera options. So personally, I use high because when I'm in third person and I have a higher vantage point, I can see around the corner a lot more. I can see where I'm driving, you know, if there's a crash up ahead, you know, whatever. And also, if you like driving in first person but you want a different view, there's actually an option to put it in hood view, which I think is pretty neat actually. So you probably want to hear about, you know, can you change like the settings for turnings and stuff like that, and you know, you can. Personally, I haven't changed mine, but that is just how I run. If that is something you want to experiment with, then you know, I definitely recommend it. A lot of people have said it's helped them and stuff like that, you know, especially keeping in a, you know, as I've said, keeping in a straight line as much as possible. I know I've oversaid that a bit, but you know, it's because you keep that top speed. If you keep the car at that top speed range on some of these tracks, making like the tiniest adjustments, you know, that is where the speed is. It's when you come out of a corner, you want to have the car pointed towards the next turn-in point in a straight line, because that way you're going to get the most optimal top speed. So I just want to thank you guys for, looking at these videos, supporting them, and yeah, just having a really good time. And I've had some people message me saying, thanks for making these videos, and they've already gained like a lot of time from them. And yeah, it's just nice to have a lot of people out there like showing a lot of support for them. So if any new techniques or anything come up in the future, I will be posting about them. But for now, I think this series is finished. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.